And the men's doubles final next on tap here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in the US of A in the 2002 US Open Table Tennis Championships. Two interesting stories here on the Chinese side as Kong Linghui and Ma Lin, the number 5 and number 2 in the world, have played together in the past, but recently just getting back for the China Open where they finished in the semifinals, and the almost ad hoc duo of Fredrik Håkansson and Oh Sang-eun of Korea. Håkansson from Sweden just put together to fill out the brackets, and they have made their way to the final. And for Håkansson, it's somewhat rare. Since his junior days, he has not made it all the way to a final, so a chance to come away with a prize and some prize money here against two of the top singles players in the world.
Well, you can sure throw out the myth that you really need to work long and hard with a doubles partner and to know his movements, because these two players playing for the first time have made it all the way to the Pro Tour final match here. And they're certainly big underdogs, but you never know. Oh is a great doubles player, and I think he's probably carried the team through the earlier rounds.
Interesting that on the ad hoc side of Oh and Håkansson, a lot more reach as they would tower over their opponents, but the speed of Ma and the control of Kong could more than counter that. And again, they have played in the past, although that was around that 1999-2000 turnover where they actually won a couple of tournaments, the France Open in '99 and the end of the '99 season, the 2000 Grand Final. They were able to come up with a victory, but taking a couple of years off, finally coming back together, made it to the semis in China in the last stop, and now one step further, and who knows, they might even win their third pairing as a doubles team if they can hold on here today. And those two very familiar with each other here on the center table, because just a couple of hours ago they were competing for the right to advance to the singles final for Kong and Ma. And after an early strong start from the more experienced veteran in Kong, Ma just ran away with it. So we talked about Zhang Yining looking for a double as the women's side. Dan, she gets the doubles championship and still the women's singles final upcoming, looking to follow in her steps her countryman Ma Lin.
Well, Ma has been spectacular throughout the whole tournament. Great movement, helps him in doubles, and his service in singles has been dominating. Håkansson and Oh had a very difficult trip to the final. They won 3-2 in the first round over Chen Wixing and Robert Gardos of Austria, and then 3-2 again in the quarterfinals. Semifinals was a bit easier, but they were down 2 games to love to Heister and Keen of the Netherlands, but came back to win 4-2. So they've been right on the edge of defeat, but they've made it all the way to the final and have nothing to lose here. But certainly their world rankings do not match up, and Kong and Ma are an experienced team. This could be a rout, but certainly what they've got to think is they've got to get out and win that first game.
As far as Kong and Ma, they have lost 1 game in each of their 3 previous rounds, winning 3-1 against Lundqvist and Molin, the Swedish duo, in the first round, and then coming up with another 3-1 victory as they knocked off the Hong Kong duo of Chung and Lung. And then 4-1 as they went to the semifinals. They beat Qin Zhixian and Wang Liqin. Of course, Qin will be facing Ma in the singles final a little later today. So the Chinese duo of Kong and Ma trying to make it an all-Chinese affair in the doubles, while Håkansson and Oh, the Swede and the Korean, trying to stop the train. Earlier, Dan, you talked about the setup player and the attack player. I would guess that Kong and Ma play those roles perfectly.
Yes, Kong will definitely set up. Ma will try to rip the ball. One good thing about Oh and Håkansson, and probably the reason why they've made the final, is Oh is very tall and he can receive the serve so well, especially that short serve. And a great start for the underdogs, 3-0. Couple of great receives by Oh and a nice opening loop by Håkansson, and they're out to a good start, and I really think they need this first game if they're going to make this a match.
Oh, just caught the edge? Sure did it.
I don't know. It looked like it hit something there. But no, the players didn't see it, so 1-3.
Little long on the loop for Kong, and regardless, it's a 4-1 lead for the underdogs.
The one thing about Håkansson and Oh is they can receive serve pretty well, but they're big, tall, and they can block the top spins, especially Oh, so it may be difficult for Kong to get back in position.
That's 6 points, so and Håkansson take a break.
And I'm sure they know this first game is really going to be crucial. There's no way they're going to work their way back into the match. They have to play from the lead. And there's a backhand from O. Normally his strong point, hits the net and goes out. And a good 4-0, 3-0 start is back down to 4-3. Oh, beautiful topspin there by Ma. I almost counted that point up. But Ma, brilliant as always, off balance, re-topspin it to the opposite corner and turns what looked like a losing point into a winning one. There's that nice receive by O. And down the line with the backhand.
5-4. Key point there. Momentum had switched dramatically, and O was able to snare it back. Håkansson's best performance making it to the semifinals in men's doubles. As recently as his native Sweden 2001. His first final, though, misses that shot and is back to 5-5.
Well, and Håkansson had an excellent singles here in the U.S. Open, made it to the quarterfinals, knocked off Linghui, Zhang, one of the top players in the world, ranked number 9 in the world, so it was a great win for him.
Defending U.S. Open singles champ.
Right. Oh, not as strong a tournament. Lost in the round of 16 to Chi-Wan Chuan from Taipei. But able to hopefully make up for it here in the doubles. There's that big loop by Kong, and oh, down the line, misses it. And the favorites
set him up.
And the favorites have fended off the early challenge and quickly out to a 7-5 lead. You blink your eyes, and next thing you know, 3-1, 3-0, and 4-1 lead is gone. And
Kong, just as he was earlier today in singles, having a hard time putting away that smash.
Kong signaling his partner under the table which spin he wants to see, a dead ball. And Håkansson, thinking that it has spin, touches it lightly and it just falls in the net.
Håkansson with the serve, trying to fight back to even. 6-8.
Oh, service mistake there by the Swede. Serving supposed to be a little bit short, but it goes long, and Kong recognizes it and rips that winning forehand that took him to the gold medal in Sydney. He's got the purest forehand stroke in the game. He's not quite as quick as he used to be, though. And what looked like a good start for the underdogs has disappeared, and game one looks like it's in the hands of the favorites without any problem.
Kong for the game. And game one, 11-6. So the quick 3-0 lead, the fight back to get to 5-5, but after that, 6 of the next 7 points going to the Chinese team of Kong and Ma.
Well, they had a nice start with O's receive, which is probably the strength of the team, and they got out to 2-0, then 3-0, and after that did very little. But you've got to give credit to the world's best over there. Ma and Kong, they've dominated table tennis the last few years. A couple of their teammates, Wang Li-Chin and Linghui Zhang.
These two have won a couple of titles in the past. O has won some doubles. In fact, here in the U.S. tournament back in 1997. Was part of the men's doubles championship in 2001. Helped win the grand final doubles championship, but it has been a long time since. Been runner-up a couple of times since then, advancing to the semis a few more. But after a game that looked set up to a solid start for the underdogs, seeing it disappear, and for a doubles team not used to playing together, it'll be interesting to see how they respond here in game two.
That's right. Oh, won the Grand Prix finals with his partner Kim Taek-soo. Forehand by Håkansson. That's a good start there. Excellent topspin there. Pin Ma on the backhand. Ma doesn't like to miss a point or a shot ever. He's a perfectionist and just a brilliant table tennis player. Look at that. That ball hit the net with a lot of topspin. That usually handcuffs players. Ma just reset and ripped a forehand winner.
1-1. Service to Kong.
Oh, look at that. Oh, with that beautiful backhand down the line. The Chinese players are always anticipating the angle of the ball. That time going a little bit too early. Oh, and that touches the edge. The big guy hits a powerful forehand. 2 winners for O.
Looks like they
missed it there, but it definitely hit the edge.
The referee actually asking, and the Chinese duo did not notice. So they have swung it correctly, and it is 3-1. Overruling herself.
3-1 on the serve. Oh, an easy opening there for O. A little disappointed he couldn't make that shot.
So a 3-0 lead in the first game, a 3-1 lead here in the second. Let's see if they can have better results. 4-2.
You hear Ma getting a little bit mad at that return of serve. Just a nice easy push out there, way too soft, and it goes long. Let's see how O handles the return. And beautiful return. Sets up his partner.
Håkansson, a lot of spin, keeping that one low.
Once again, an excellent start for the clearly underdog team. Håkansson with a beautiful backhand, and O crossing over, not enough room. It's tough to take that ball down the line. He's made a couple, but that's the hardest shot in table tennis is that drive down the line. That table gets shorter.
Oh, beautiful shot from Ma. Nearing a full house here in Fort Lauderdale. Phil Shane, Dan Seamiller, U.S. national team coach. Plenty of experience in doubles. Different mentality.
A lot of teamwork. You have to trust your partner. You can't really get down on your partner if they make a few mistakes. You just have to take care of your business and make your shots. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But what a shot there by Ma. He pumps his fist. He actually stopped a topspin drive and just dropped it over the net. Almost an impossible shot, but for Ma, he seems to be able to do the impossible.
And another mistake from O, and he's just seeing this one slip away again. Now 7-5. Ma and Kong in the lead. And really, to give Håkansson and O some credit, all that teamwork that you talked about it, give them credit for getting this far.
Right. 5 points in a row. Håkansson and O were up 5-2, but down at 7-5. That breaks the string.
6-7, Håkansson on the serve.
Ma's had a little bit of trouble receiving this serve, but not that time. Beautiful. Oh, and misses an easy one, but that ball had a lot of side spin cut. It looked like an easy ball, but it wasn't.
8-6.
It's a great athletic point, that last one.
Served by Ma.
The dead ball serve, and Kong flicks the backhand. And a little bit of excitement there from Kong. Mr. Cool hardly says a word. He liked that shot, though. Gave him a nice 3-point lead and control of game 2. Another backhand snap. You can see Ma very animated. He wanted his partner to make that one. That would have cleared this game for sure. Ma jumping, moving his feet. He's played in some big matches, and he's just a tiger. Almost intimidating in the intensity that he brings to the table.
7-9, 8-9. Actually, for a player as confident and opinionated as Ma, is it a little surprising that he's had such double success? You can't play doubles by yourself.
Right, but he's got the serves, and great teamwork, and they're the best in the world, so it's not surprising to me. Doubles is a lot about footwork and movement, and Ma can do both of those at the highest levels. And a big point there, and 2 game points for Kong and Ma. Beautiful shot there, and there's an opening forehand. This should do it. There's a big forehand there.
Håkansson into the net, and game number 2 in the books, 11-8 for Kong and Ma. Håkansson and O a little closer there, but still could not take advantage of the good start.
And the hill gets a little steeper as the underdogs now against one of the premier teams in the world are down 0-2. And they're really going to have to pick up their game to stay in this match. There goes the side spin, back spin serve. Watch Ma jump in there and go right to the body. That opens up the table. Håkansson's able to return it right off the bounce. Ma. Here comes a topspin to Håkansson's backhand. And no chance to play the ball.
Just couldn't get down in time.
Generally, table tennis is the winner is the one that stays closest to the table, and Håkansson and O have been backing up. Chinese are very difficult to back them up off the table. They won't go back no matter what, and that's very intimidating as a player. When the ball comes quick and fast, you don't have a lot of time and you make poor decisions and you don't have time to make your swing, so you have trouble on two different fronts. But the key thing is you don't have time and you make bad decisions. And when you make bad decisions, your confidence can go really fast downhill. Kong to serve to O in game 3. And there's that opening flip that O showed in game 1, which got them out to that 3-point lead. Let's see if they can start this game the way they did game 1. Little drop shot again. I saw that one was definitely coming.
Ma heading it long, though.
And the big guy showing a very nice and very good touch over the net there, dropping it short. And 2-0 lead. And make that 3 just like game 1. This is the pattern that they like in doubles. There's a certain pattern, usually in game 1, maybe better than game 2. So with O hitting the Ma, it seems to be a better order. And there's another point. That ball hit the side, but it's 4-0. And just the start the underdog team needed. Great play by O, and Håkansson filling in and making a couple of good shots.
They had the lead in the first 2 games, but couldn't close the deal. And again, it was mistakes like that.
Oh, a little late getting in there. He had a nice winner down the line, but just went off the side of the table. Good return there, but there's, oh, what a shot. Ma Lin, big forehand. That ball just fell off the end of the table. It was so close to the edge that that's the kind of shot you can almost hit your hand and hurt yourself, but Ma's got great vision, able to see the depth and drive it for a winner. There's an open
backhand winner. Håkansson's been waiting to unleash that all game. 5-2. And they finally get to .6 in the lead. That's been the tough one to get in the first 2 games.
A couple of nice backhands by Oh Sang-un and Fredrik Håkansson. A little bit of distance here. Oh, another backhand down the line. This basically is Kong and Ma's forehands against the backhand play of O and Fredrik. And forehands usually win that battle. And there's 2 backhand mistakes by Håkansson. In the middle of the game, Phil, that's where they seem to lose concentration. I don't know if it's just the concentration or Kong and Ma are just out beating him on the technique. There's a big topspin there by Håkansson. Way too much spin on it. Kong tried to come over the top, but topspin went long.
7-4. This is the closest O and Håkansson have been.
Another mistake on the backhand there by Håkansson. Shakes his head. He knows that was a big shot. It's right where they fell apart in game 1. They were up 7-4.
5-7. Ma. And Ma long on the backhand. Forehand smash cross court.
There's Kong. He used to have the biggest forehand in the game. I'd have to give that award to Ma right now, but still, that was a beautiful forehand there.
8-6. Håkansson with the serve.
Off the edge, up in the rafters.
Oh, having to make a save on that return, and Håkansson made it pay off. 10-6. We might just have ourselves a match.
Yeah, this seems to be the better order. O and Håkansson have kind of dominated this game. That return of O, beautiful return on the forehand there. That's what got them in the lead, and that's what finished them off. And they're back in the match with an easy 11-6 win in game 3. Maybe they do have a chance.
Looked like he was about to try and send it cross court to Kong, and then the last instant just turned the bat, and Ma was handcuffed. Let's take a look.
Right. Normally he's going cross court with this, but watch him change it. Handcuffing Ma unable to get over the top of the ball. Great return of serve there.
And a good time to pull it out. He's had a couple of winners that have been staring him in the face that he's not been able to keep on the table. So a good sign for O and Håkansson is things are starting to click when they need it.
That was a big game. If they went down 3-0, you can count this title gone. But back at 2-1, momentum on their side, and they looked a lot better. But this is going to be the test here. This is the more difficult of the orders. And there you see the Swedish coach, Soren Alin.
Making sure the table dry and clean. And O with the serve to Kong.
This is the tough order right here.
Not a good way to start out for the Chinese side. 1-0. And twice in a row. A lapse of concentration.
Kong just trying to drop it short over the net. Just literally came up about 1/8 of an inch short on both of those, but right away, Ma opens up and brings him right back.
See Håkansson and O still trying to get used to each other. What do you think Håkansson was asking?
Probably about where he wants to go with the serve. Håkansson's had a lot of trouble on the receive. He hasn't done very well, and when he goes to that position there, it's not good.
Just a soft return. Meat. 2-2.
That's what I was afraid of with Håkansson on the return. That's their weakness there. But 3 service receive errors by the Chinese pair.
2 by Kong and now 1 by Ma.
Oh, sort of a mishit there by O. Off balance, that ball had side spin on it. O just kind of lifted it up, kind of hit the edge of his racket, and Kong was stuck, not sure.
Big 2 points on serve there, though. 4-2 lead. Again, every single game, Håkansson and O have started strong. Now 3-4.
O has a little bit more trouble receiving the serve of Ma.
Nice backhand.
Ma running around with that windmill forehand, usually a reliable shot, but way too much movement as he was flying to the left and then trying to drive it to the right. Almost an impossible technique to, possible stroke to make. Nice placement there.
And Kong into the net. It's 6-3. And you can sense the crowd has come in on the side of the Underdogs.
Other than some of the women's matches, we haven't had a lot of close matches on the men's side here.
Håkansson started a little shaky, but looks like he's starting to feel a lot more comfortable on the forehand.
There's that return of serve. I haven't scored on this return at all. I really think he should not go to the backhand side. Drop it to the center of the table would be best.
Kong to Håkansson, and he can't get it back across the table. And Kong and Ma back within 2 points. Service to Håkansson.
Håkansson has an excellent serve and double. He comes around the ball, lots of side spin. Difficult for a right-hander to handle it. Ma's had a little bit of trouble. See how he handles it this time. Big series here. No problem handling that. He lifts it to O's backhand, and Ma and Kong is ready for a forehand. Excellent return of serve there by Ma.
Need the serve to stay in the lead.
Oh, knew where that one was going. Same place as before. He was ready for this one and ripped that big backhand drive. A huge point for Håkansson and O to go up 8-6. 6-8, Ma serving.
O to receive.
Good receive, but
did it catch?
No,
Nope.
It went long. It was a good receive, and Håkansson had a forehand right there. A little late getting through the stroke, and it's going to be a very tight game.
7-8.
Good receive, but Kong lifting it up and down the line. Great third shot there by Kong. That's a difficult shot on the backhand side.
Håkansson and O were just 3 points away from knotting this match up. They still are, but it's tied at 8 here in game number 4.
Crucial series here for the Underdogs. Oh, and oh, with a nice topspin. Kong coming across, caught a little bit out of position there, and a big point for the Underdogs. 9-8.
Every game they've gotten a little stronger, but they need this one. 9-9.
That whipping backhand that worked a few points earlier, not this time. A little too deep in the table, and ball fell a little short. Oh, was unable to really catch it in the right spot. And this is the big advantage of the new scoring system. A lot of games at 9-all.
Kong to Håkansson.
Oh, a long serve. An opening for Håkansson, but a mistake.
And here for game point.
Oh, big point here. Nice save by O. Looked like Ma had a shot down the line for the winner. But O saves his team. A big, crucial point in this match.
At deuce. And Håkansson with the serve.
I think they're talking about where the direction. There's not a lot of talk, though. Play must be continuous. Oh, what a return there by world number 2, Ma Lin. Incredible. Just actually smashed that service with a flick kill. And game point. And up 2-1.
Ma to O.
Oh, what a drop shot. Oh, there's the big forehand. Forget it. When Ma gets the big forehand, you almost don't even have to watch. It's automatic.
So after being pushed to the limit, it's a 3-1 lead in games. 11-6, 11-8, 6-11 as Håkansson and O seem to be gaining some momentum. And then all the way down to 12-10, Kong and Ma.
What a huge game, Phil. That was, here we go in the last point here. Nice drop shot there. But a beautiful drop shot by Kong. Hits the net. There's a little bit of setup. You can forget it. So hard. It just seems like no one can return Ma's drives. It's the placement and the power.
In some ways, are those shots even a little bit more difficult in doubles, especially there? He basically almost used Håkansson as a screen, knowing there was no way O would be able to get over to that side.
Right. It's a little harder in doubles because the offensive player has a little more time to wait, and he can almost see the commitment, find the hole. And Ma just drives it to the spot, and no one's been able to bring his shots back this whole tournament. And really, in the past year, it's been very difficult.
Well, on the women's side, Zhang Yining winning the doubles and a chance for the single. Same story for Ma now. They're just 1 game away, Ma and Kong, and Ma to serve 3-1 up.
And boy, what a big chance lost for the underdog pair. They had an excellent chance to get right back in this match at 2-2. And now chances are they're going to get steamrolled.
Well, probably part of the key here for Håkansson and O is not to push it, though. Basically keep playing like they were in the last game.
Right, but psychologically that was a damaging game. They're going to have trouble just staying in this game. This could be a rout.
Couple of nets, and that one stayed on the wrong side for Håkansson.
They had the momentum, Phil. They won the 3rd game. They had the 4th game in the bag, let it slip, and now down 3-1 psychologically. And then you're playing the world's best players. But a beautiful backhand by O. Maybe they can stay in it. They've certainly played well here in the final.
1-2, Håkansson to Kong.
Oh, what a heavy cut there by Kong. You could see him slice that thing.
That was one of those ones he was having problems with earlier, into the net. That one he got to work.
Nice touch there. Nice, beautiful touch by the big guy as he steps in and just drops it over, feathery, light over the net and low. That's the advantage of being, I guess he's about 6'4". There's Håkansson down the line.
They left the backhand open and we're tied at 3. Håkansson and O not giving up yet.
Just a real shame that they lost that 4th game because they had a chance to win this. Here, even if they win this game, they're still going to be done, and it's going to be tough. They're going to have to be ahead and play tough the rest of the way. And there's Kong with that trademark forehand. Beautiful forehand down the line. Ma set him up perfectly. Look at Ma right over the table, just daring him to try a long serve, and he'll give you that forehand.
4-4. Serve back to the Chinese duo and Ma to Håkansson.
And you're right, Ma's the kind of player, he looks at his partner like, how'd you miss that shot? Come on, I set you up.
Maybe that's why they didn't play for the last 2 years. Even if you do win a couple of tournaments. But
well, what happened was Ma didn't make the Olympic team. And so they weren't able to play doubles together because Ma wasn't on that team. And so Kong had been playing with Lu Goliong, his teammate, where they finished second in Sydney in the doubles.
oh, just couldn't get enough spin on it to lift it over. 5-6, Håkansson to Kong.
Oh, look at that whirlwind forehand there. A little bit of long serve. It's been a couple times Håkansson's got that ball just a little bit too far off the end of the table, and you just see that whirlwind forehand by Kong. Unstoppable. And they're closing in on this US Open Pro Tour doubles titles. And yes, they're up 3 games to 1, and timeout by the Underdogs. Håkansson and O.
Smart use of the timeout. In fact, possibly could have even come a little bit earlier.
I was thinking that. It's the right call there, Phil. I would have called it maybe at 7-5 or even at 6-5. But at 8-5, down 3-1, they really need to get going, so they had to use their timeout somewhere.
Håkansson has played well. In fact, played better here in doubles than he did in his singles match earlier in this tournament. 33rd ranked player in the world, along with the 14th ranked O. But you can just sense a little bit of the difference in class once you get to Ma, the number 2, and Kong, the number 5.
There's a short drop shot. There's a powerful backhand by Håkansson down the line. Excellent position.
But he hasn't been able to do that enough.
No, that fourth game got away, and it's not likely they can win the match when they blow a game like that.
These points crucial.
Great drop shot there by O. Been doing it the whole match.
If they can win both serves, they're back to within 1.
Good use of the timeout. It gets them back to realistically getting back in this game. And here comes Ma with that receive. Oh, tries to go long into Håkansson's backhand, but oh, and a timeout by the Chinese pair. They like to sometimes, when you use the timeout, a couple points later, they use their own timeout just to stop that momentum. 2 points in a row for Håkansson and O, and Kong and Ma use their timeout.
Chinese tend to use them a little bit earlier, but you figure if Håkansson and O somehow manage to come back in this one and make it 3-2, that Kong and Ma might need that timeout a little bit later.
Could be, but it's been a Chinese have used their timeouts usually generally early in the match and usually when they're ahead. And that's kind of a good thing, I think, because they're still ahead, they're still in the lead, and it's a nice time to take a break and knowing that you're in perfect position.
7-8, trailing 1-3. Oh.
It's amazing, Phil. I've seen over the years the Chinese use the timeout. They almost always win the next point. It's like uncanny. To me, it seems like 90%.
2 points away from the match. Ma on the serve. 1 point away. It is match point for Ma.
And a great timeout by the Chinese pair as they regroup, pick up 2 important points and 3 match points, and the title is theirs. Good drop shot. Oh, funky. Oh.
Into the net by Kong, and Håkansson and O, a deep sigh of relief.
A nice save there by Håkansson. That ball had a lot of side spin, sort of hit the edge of the racket of Ma as it floated over.
And they get the serve back. Håkansson to Kong. They've made some points on this matchup before. 8-10.
Oh, there's a big backhand.
1 point from Deuce.
Crowd loves that one.
Well, even if they go down to defeat here, Håkansson and O have made Kong and Ma work for it. But 1 point away from sending this to Deuce.
Oh, the champion Kong, the gold medal, hits a winner. Just as it's scripted, I guess.
It wasn't easy, but they definitely deserve it. Kong Linghui and Ma Lin, the 2002 US Open men's doubles champions. They won the first, they won the second, but after that, it got very hairy. Losing 11-6, being pushed past deuce before finally winning 12-10, and that was really the turning point, because even though Håkansson and O were able to keep it close in game number 5, Kong and Ma knew they were in the lead.
Here's Kong stepping around to use the backhand, catch him by surprise. What a shot there. Taking a risk on match point, and it pays off. Winners take those risks, and there you see the champions.